What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness Gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now let's get into this, shall we? Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney. Keep it cute, but get the boot.
Your girl, as whack as she is in all her glory, was in the New York Times. Welcome back, you guys. Disclaimer: this platform discusses any and all information that has been made known to the public in any way. I am not a journalist. I am a commentator. The information is all alleged, but the commentary is very real. Welcome, you guys, to another live Where Were the Parents? Worldwide situations that we look at and ask, where were the parents? Okay, now if you guys have been tuning in on regular on Wednesdays, this is when I bring the more documentary style version of this particular topic, if you will. On Wednesdays, I cover a slew of different situations that we kind of turn a blind eye for. We just kind of look at situations like the likes of R. Kelly, and we act as if this is not going on a daily basis. And on the contrary, although I do cover a substantial amount of R. Kelly information, if you will, this happens every day in the hood beat. All right. And so I try to make sure to do a due diligence of letting you guys see real life situations that are going on, you know. Hey, Shawty. So this is no different. As you guys see the topic in which we're going to be discussing, I will be reading from an article. But first, welcome, you guys. Place your city and or state in the chat so I can see where you guys are tuning in from. If you are watching the playback, still, if I do not already know, place your city and or state in the comments so I can see where you guys are tuning in from, okay? Make sure you keep it cute or you will get the boot up out of here, all right? Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Like this video and share this video, okay? Now, if you'd like to join the channel, you can do so by clicking the join button below. All you have to do is exit out of the chat and you will see a join button. You click it and it will take you to the page in which you need to go to be able to join the channel, okay? Or you can look in the description box for the link, all right? Now, if you'd like to support me on a monetary basis, you can do so by sending me a super chat here in the chat live, or you can send me a cash out at any time using Whitney D TV 87. Make sure that you use that dollar sign, okay? Now, I would like to know if you've heard about this particular story. Engage in the chat, engage in the comments, and let me know what your what your thoughts are on this particular story, okay? All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Now, again, I'm not quite sure if you guys were privy to this particular topic, but I want to share my screen for a snippet. And I would like to let you guys hear a snippet of this particular situation, if you will. Okay. So bear with me. Let me just share my screen real quick.
That and we see that and say, well, yeah, it's no problem to be entertained by it when the hero in the whole story is a witch, is a warlock, is just wickedness, and we say, oh, it's no big deal. But then we see some of the actors, and I'm not just talking, I'm talking specifically about an actress who's in the original Doctor Strange. But if we just look at it as a whole, all right, if we go back to Bryan Singer grooming young men, and guess what, him getting to direct, of course, the X-Men and so forth. If we look at James Gunn, who goes on Twitter and has over 15 different tweets about pedophilia, thinking that it's funny, and yet they keep bringing him back to be a director there for Guardians of the Galaxy and so forth. Or even if you go over to Joss Whedon and see his moral compass and how he asked Charisma Carpenter, the actress, if she was going to get an abortion, if she was going to keep it, so to speak, about her continuing to act or have her baby, or some of the suggestive comments and so forth that he had. And he said, "Oh, when I was directing Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, it was just like a frat party. It was just like a college dorm." Not realizing that these people have no moral compass because they don't have Jesus, they don't have his word, and they are just running amok and following the instincts of their heart wherever their desires may go. But recently, it was just revealed that an actress who starred in Marvel's Doctor Strange was convicted alongside her husband Tuesday of repeatedly having sex with a 13-year-old girl over a 3-year period.
All right, you guys, and this is what we're about to get into. All right. I just wanted to share a little snippet. I actually watch this channel quite often. And if you guys are ever interested in looking more into their content, look up Good Fight Ministries. And I watch them on a regular. They're kind of the, excuse my interpretation in French in this, but they're like the white version of EX Ministries, Craig Lewis and things of that nature. They expose a lot of rock and roll, if you will, and things to that nature. Not for nothing, you guys. Let me go ahead and share my screen once more, and I would like to get into the article, okay? All right, here we go. All right, Doctor Strange actress Zara Phythian, sentenced to 8 years of prison on child sex charges. Zara Phythian and her husband, Victor Mark, were both found guilty of sexually abusing a 15-year-old girl. Now, mind you, it's from the ages of 13 and 15, okay? This is the stunt actress, if you will, but we're going to get into more information. Let's go ahead and read the article, okay? Zara Phythian, the martial arts stunt person and actress who appeared in 2016's Doctor Strange, has been sentenced to 8 years of prison after being found guilty of sexually abusing a 15-year-old girl. According to the Nottingham Post, BBC News, and UK's The Times, the 37-year-old was sentenced in the UK's Nottingham Crown Court on Monday, while her husband, Victor Mark, was sentenced to 14 years in prison, as Judge Mark Watson said. Mark, 59, was a driving force behind the abuse. Okay, so it was her husband. All right, but she didn't stop or didn't try to, concur or whatever. And excuse me as I try to break down their dialogue there, okay? Willis, you denied in cross-examination that you were bestowed with Victor Mark on the evidence I have heard. I am in no doubt that your deviance was shaped by the influence that he had upon you from an early age. Watson told Python. So, per BBC News. So, basically, what she's saying is that she low key. This is what the the examiner. Hey, Aaron. This is what the attorney was telling Python. Okay, basically, your husband shaped you. Okay, he groomed you from an early age yourself. Okay. And see, that's how it starts, you guys. It's kind of like, that's why a lot of individuals in these situations are kind of think it's okay. I covered one story with Jerry from Cheer, and he was sexually abusing some of the other cheerleaders. And it later came out that, he was getting counseling in jail because he experienced it himself. You know what I'm saying? So hurt people on sword, just like R. Kelly, same difference. He was allegedly hurt, got, abused when he was young. And I say alleged because if you ask him, he really doesn't too much talk about it. But let's continue. Pythian was convicted on Wednesday of 14 charges of sexual activity with a child between 2005 and 2008, starting when the girl was 13 years old, you guys. In addition to the same 14 counts, Mark was found guilty of an additional 4 counts of indecent assault against another girl from 2002 to 2003 when she was 15. Yikes. According to the BBC, a police interview with the first victim was played last month at Nottingham Crown Court, in which she said, "I knew it was wrong, but I just didn't know how to get out of the situation or say anything." Now, reps for Pythian and Mark did not immediately respond to people's requests for comments. Pythian and Mark have reportedly denied all allegations from both plaintiffs before being found guilty. Okay. The first victim described looking up to Pythian, who was working as a martial arts instructor in Nottinghamshire, Hampshire, at the time as was Mark. Okay. She claimed Pythian and Mark gave her alcohol before Pythian dared her to perform oral sex on Mark. Okay. Who reportedly was not yet married to Pythian, but to another woman. I remember trying to copy Zara's reaction at the time because I looked up to her and tried to be like her. The woman said, according to BBC News, she said Mark then had sex with both Pythian and the victim. This is them right here. Yikes. Goes on to say the woman told police that Mark told her no one would believe her and threatened to harm her if she said anything, adding of the couple. Okay. They always had a power over me, BBC News reporter. All right. So again, okay. Hey, Tavier. So again, you guys, you see that manipulation right there. Nobody's gonna believe you. Like, who's gonna believe you? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? You're nobody. Look at what we have. You know what I'm saying? And if you do tell, I'll hurt you. You know what I'm saying? All too familiar from what we hear about, victims. Now, according to the Nottingham Post, the second victim said Mark began having sex with her when she was 16. I want to thank the two victims who have showed great courage in coming forward and talking about their ordeal. Senior investigating officer Parminder Dillion said after the verdict. The Nottingham Post reported, although no punishment had handed down by a court can undo the lifelong damage caused to them, I do hope they take some degree of comfort from the knowledge that justice has now been done. Dillion added, I hope this case serves as a reminder to others that we treat all allegations of sexual abuse with the utmost seriousness, and that even in cases where offenses occurred many years ago, we will thoroughly investigate and we will do everything in our power to bring perpetrators to justice. Okay. Now, if you suspect child abuse, call the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800 for a child or 1-800-422-4453, or go to www.childhelp.org. All calls are toll free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 languages. If you or someone you know has been a victim of sexual abuse, text STRENGTH, STRENGTH, to the crisis text line at 741-741 to be connected to a certified crisis counselor. Okay. All right, you guys. So It's unfortunate. But like I told you guys, this happens every day. And this is not just a music thing. This is not just an R. Kelly thing. This is a really industry thing. And I say that because I've shared my experiences of being in the modeling industry and coming up against some grimy photographers that me being naive and me just wanting to be in the industry and thinking this is what to do. I've found myself in some very uncompromising situations that caused me to kind of just do some things that I thought that I needed to do, as far as being being naked at certain times, bending over and things to that nature, and just kind of showing my naked body, because this particular photographer's like, well, you got to get comfortable with me, and I'm just like, no, this is not what I'm here for. Just take my pictures. And it's just like, well, you got to do this. And me being naive to the industry, I fell prey to it. So yeah, I know this all too well, and knowing this story, this 13 and 15 and, to 16-year-old, where were the parents, right? Right? Where were the parents? Why were they off allowing their daughters to be, subjected to all of this, right? No, yeah, it doesn't matter where the parents were. At the end of the day, the adult figures were Pythian and Mark, and that's why I said this question that I posed, where were the parents, is acidine in any kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? Be it that the parents are made aware, why aren't these predators turning the parents in? If it's some kind of setup, or if they're wrongfully being accused of something, why not? Let me share this story with you guys before I wrap this up. I've been in the child care industry since I was, 17, 18 years old, right? And it's because a few of my family members were getting sexually abused by the people that were responsible for watching them. And so I stepped up as a relative to take on that opportunity of being a child care provider for them. So I started in my home watching these particular relatives. And they became of age where they were no longer needing childcare, so they went off to school, right? I liked it. I liked it, the childcare industry, so I continue to get jobs that consist of that, right? One in particular, I was working in Duncanville, Texas, and I was at a childcare facility, and I was very close to one particular set of siblings. It was a girl and her brother, right? And I was close to them, as well as her, as well as their mother. She was a single parent of them, and I was very close to them. And it was one particular incident to where I had red lipstick on, right? And I was putting it on real thick. And every one of my babies, every time they docked the door, mind you, they weren't babies. They were from, I think, 7 up to schooler age, like 13, 12, 13. And so as they would leave, I would give them big kisses, foreheads, cheeks, or whatever, right? In front of the parents, not for nothing, they would laugh and be like, oh, Miss Whitney, or whatever, They knew I was sincere and I loved their kids and I didn't mean anything by it. However, I want to say the following week after that series of doing so, I get called to the office, and they tell me that Child Protective Services wanted to do an investigation on me due to a situation that transpired with kiss marks on a particular student. And I was like, what, who? As the investigation continued, come to find out it was the children that I was actually close to. It wasn't the parent that reported it. It was the facility in which I was working for reported me, said it wasn't a good look, right? And I was devastated because I was like, the audacity, the nippigated gall that they would assume that I would be doing anything besides loving on these kids, playing with these kids, right? And so they did the investigation, and they, investigated with the kids and the parent. And it later got dismissed and dropped, and I left that facility because it was just too devastating, and it hurt my heart that I would be accused of something so heinously, knowing that my history of childhood abuse myself, and I never looked back because that was very devastating, to me. And I say all that to say that at the end of the day, I've been put in a lot of uncompromising situations, and me as the parent, me as the adult in any situation, I control the narrative, right? And I would never, never, ever blame a parent for any kind of situation, be it they put their child in that situation, because at the end of the day, again, what was the predator doing? Did the predator say, "Shame on you, parent. I don't want your child. I'm going to tell it on you." Like I said, this facility told it on me because they felt like the situation looked inappropriate. Understood, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? I get it. They had to do what they had to do. However, I was just like, wow, how dare they, right? But I say all that to say that when posing the question, where were the parents, is asinine, right? Because in no way, shape, or form could I, be like, well, their parents, where were the parents? Well, on the contrary, they were right there. I was kissing on them with my realistic when they were leaving in front of their parents. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we've heard countless situations to where with R. Kelly, one particular situation with the John Does, and I'm actually reading those transcripts. You guys got to tune in on tomorrow for that. They called him Daddy 2 series that I've started. And we hear with one particular situation how Alex's parents were right there. And R. Kelly leans into his ear and he lets him know that you need to come by yourself. So again, and again, as I wrap this up, when posing that question, where were the parents? It's irrelevant to the fact of the matter that these predators are out there and they're hurting our children's. These idiots were in a situation to where they were actually martial artists, and dang, the parents were just sending their kids off to learn martial arts. You know what I'm saying? And they took advantage of vulnerable children. You know what I'm saying? Again, when posing that question, where were the parents, it's absolutely asinine, because it's not the parents' fault in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Not for nothing, you guys. Did you guys know about this particular story? If you didn't, here it is. Okay. And now it's your turn. Let me know what you guys think about this particular story in the comments below. Gosh, I will see you guys on the next time. Where were the parents? Okay. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to this particular installation of Where Were the Parents. I will see you guys on the next one. And make sure that you guys go check out my latest interview that I did with Redrick from G Status Hustle on YouTube. All right. Say my name, make them nervous. Can we go there? Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. I'm open book. So I guess that's what I was introduced to as a young age, as a child, developing into an adult. I don't know. I didn't even know when I knew I was gay.
Have you ever been physically involved with a woman?
And all gay people ain't like that.
Hey, you spoke about G Status and you were on there. He's now on Chasing Atlanta.
Ike tried to play in my face is what he did. I was just so thirsty and so crazy over him, which is why you have another androgynous boy on Chasing Atlanta calling Ike his husband. So how many times are you going to put yourself in this situation, sir? So why are you on another show?
Keep it cute or get the boot.